truly honored and blessed to be here today to celebrate a friend, to recognize someone that has given so much of themselves for a number of years, not just to the city of Gary, but specifically to the Gary Community School Corporation, and especially the West Side Theater Guild.
There's just all, a host of emotions, myriad of ideas and memories in this beautiful facility. It's been transformative, and I'm grateful. So may this auditorium continue to be a place where creativity is born, where voices are heard, where the light of inspiration never dims. And as is written in Matthew 5:6, let your light so shine before others that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. I thank you all for this extraordinary honor. May God bless you.
Did you know the City of Gary has a 311 app? You can report any non-emergency request right from your smartphone. Need help dealing with unfair landlords? Use the app.
Girl, I just don't understand. I'm paying rent, and my landlord isn't fixing any of the issues in this apartment. What should I do?
You know you can report it on the Gary 311 app. Do you have it?
What's that?
Let me show you. Just go to your app store.
Or maybe you need to request the birth certificate.
Yeah, I can't find my birth certificate.
Well, it probably just got misplaced during the move. Actually, we can request a new one through the Gary 311 app.
Okay. New technology. I'm in.
Let me show you.
And guess what? You can even report illegal dumping.
Look at him. Just dumping his garbage on private property.
Well, caught him in 4K. You know we can report him on the Gary 311 app and to GPD's Taste Tip.
That's good.
Never feel frustrated again about an issue. Use the Gary 311 app to report all your non-emergency needs. It's a free application that allows users to report community issues, pinpoint the location with GPS, attach photos, and more. All right from your smartphone. Download the Gary 311 app today. Available on iOS and Android.
This is a very special day for the city of Gary to have this opportunity. Gary is a historic city, and it's truly a unique opportunity for us to be here. Almost 70 years ago, on April 22nd, 1959, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was here to accept the key to the city from then Mayor George Chacharis. Today, as mayor, I'm excited to welcome his daughter, Dr. Bernice King, to our city. She is a global thought leader, a peace advocate, and the CEO of the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolence Social Change, the King Center, which was founded by her mother and is a legacy to her late father.
And nonviolence is first transformative for the self, so for all those who ever told you, or if you believe that it doesn't work, if it doesn't work, it means that you didn't allow it to work on you first. As you change, you begin to become infectious. I think that's what happened in the movement that my father led and why he was effective in very challenging and difficult times. He immersed himself in nonviolence, not just something that he picked up as a tactic to be utilized in various campaigns and demonstrations, but for him it was a way of life, starting with the way you think, and then it goes out into the way you speak, act, and engage. And so that's the work that we are doing at the King Center. It's very hard work and heart work, which means it takes much longer for people to get it. But I'm committed to carrying forth that part of his legacy.
What's up, everybody? This is Mayor Eddie Melton of the great city of Gary, Indiana, and I have a brief message. Listen, the health and safety of Gary residents is and always will be my highest priority. That's why the city of Gary, through the health department, along with code enforcement, the building department, and the fire department, has taken firm and swift action against several food establishments and grocery stores that violated some very important safety standards. These temporary closures are part of a coordinated effort to raise expectations and hold businesses accountable. But let me be clear, none of these establishments have been permanently closed. None of them. Our goal is to not shut down businesses, but to ensure they correct violations and meet the standards our residents deserve. In some cases, temporary closure has been the only effective enforcement tool after repeated warnings. Our residents deserve to trust the businesses serving their food. That's something that's extremely passionate to myself and this administration. We will no longer tolerate establishments that cut corners or compromise the public health of this community. Fresh, quality food and safe conditions are not optional. They are the standard. At the same time, we recognize that many of these establishments are vital shopping options for our residents in the great city of Gary, Indiana. That's why we're working hard every single day to ensure residents have access to food while these corrective actions are underway. The city has partnered with GPTC, our public transportation system, to coordinate transportation to other grocery options across the city for free for Gary residents. We've also joined forces with Dr. Ellen Zarletta of Indiana University Northwest for Center for Urban and Regional Excellence to study food deserts across Gary's 52 square miles and to develop a long-term solution to address this issue. That's something that we've been doing and working on for over a year. In addition, the city has funded the Gary Food Collective, led by LaJuan Clemens, which is already providing fresh foods and resources to residents throughout the entire city. Protecting public health is a shared responsibility. We encourage residents to report health violations to the Gary Health Department at 219-882-55.
Good morning. I'd like to call to order the City of Gary Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for November 5th, 2025 to order. Let's please stand for the national anthem.
Carla will lead us.
No.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Let's confirm that we have a legal meeting. Let's have roll call for quorum.
Member Green. Present. Member Allen.
Present.
Secretary Morgan. Present. Vice President Dumas.
Present.
President Suggs.
Present.
President, there are 5 present and 0 absent.
With 5 members present, we have quorum, thus a legal meeting. Moving on to item number 3 on our agenda, the approval for our meeting minutes from our October 29th, 2025 meeting. I would like to have a motion for minutes approval.
So moved.
There's second.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any objections? Hearing none, minutes have been approved. Let's move on to item number 4, claims.
Mr. President, we have claims to be paid on November 7th, 2025. General fund is $510,788.45. Special revenues including Roosevelt Highway, local roads and street, park department, health and human services, landfill closure grant, community development grant, law enforcement grant, opiate grant, warming and cooling court, green urbanism grant, media fund, do it non-reverting, fleet self-insurance, Love Your Block grant, consolidated area TIF, Midwest TIF, East Lakefront TIF, and workers' comp unemployment is $150,828.34. Other banks, $130,321.28. Total to be paid on November 7th, $791,938.07.
May I have a motion to approve claims payable on November 7th?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Discussion on this motion? Roll call for approval, please.
Member Green.
Yes.
Member Allen.
Yes.
Secretary Morgan.
Yes.
Vice President Dumas.
Yes.
President Suggs.
Yes.
President, the vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the motion to approve claims payable on November 7th, 2025 has been approved.
We also get 3 ratifications. The first is ratification of payroll at $39,045.24. Payroll withholdings.
May I have a motion to approve the ratification of payroll claims?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. Any discussion on this motion? Roll call for approval, please.
Member Green.
Yes.
Member Allen.
Yes.
Secretary Morgan.
Yes.
Vice President Dumas.
Yes.
President Suggs.
Yes.
Mr. President, the vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the ratification of payroll claims has been approved.
We also have ratification of wire transfers on October 22nd. They include General Fund, Park Department, Health and Human Services, Community Development, Opiate Grant, Warming and Cooling Home Program, Foreclosure Grant, COVID-19 Health Department, Redevelopment, and Payroll Withholdings, $824,839.69.
May I have a motion to approve wire transfers for October 22nd, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any discussion on the motion? May we have roll call for approval, please?
Member Green.
Yes.
Member Allen.
Yes.
Secretary Morgan.
Yes.
Vice President Dumas.
Yes.
President Suggs.
Yes.
Mr. President, the vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the ratification of wire transfers has been approved for October 22nd.
And last, we have ratification of claims for October 31st for the General Fund Redevelopment Non-Reverted and Payroll Withholding, $66,843.06.
May I have a motion for the ratification of payroll payable October 31st, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. Discussion on this motion. May we have roll call for approval, please?
Member Green.
Yes.
Member Allen.
Yes.
Secretary Morgan.
Yes.
Vice President Dumas.
Yes.
President Suggs.
Yes.
Mr. President, the vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the ratification of claims payable October 31st has been approved.
That concludes claims.
Thank you. Let's move on to number 5 on our agenda, correspondence and agreements.
Mr. President, the first correspondence and agreement we have by way of Gary Police Department, Derek Cannon Sr., Chief of Police, dated for October 27th, 2025. Respectfully submit the retirement notice of Captain Mark Davis, CIN 1353. Captain Davis has began his employment as a police officer with the City of Gary on December 26, 1996, totaling 28 years of service. 28 years and 10 months of service. He retired from his position effective October 31st, 2025. Here is attached all of the proper documentation. At this time, I move to accept the retirement of Captain Mark Davis.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that the retirement of Captain Mark Davis after 28 years and 10 months of service be approved. Any discussion on this motion?
Just to thank him for his many, many years of service to the people of Gary and wish him a long and healthy, happy retirement. That's all.
Any additional discussion? May we have roll call for approval, please?
Member Green.
Yes.
Member Allen.
Yes.
Secretary Morgan.
Yes.
Vice President Dumas.
Yes.
President Suggs.
Yes.
Mr. President, vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the retirement of Captain Mark Davis after 28 years and 10 months has been approved. We wish him a long and happy retirement.
Okay, next, Mr. President, we have correspondence from the Law Department, starting with a contract with Mark International to perform security services for the Gary Health Department. So the scope of services are that under this contract, Mark International will provide one uniform security guard on Wednesdays from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the rate of $22 per hour. The contract not exceed amount is $594 even. This will be for a total of 27 hours of work. The other normal provisions we have about billing and timely invoicing and all that are in the contract. So with that, I move that we approve this contract with Mark International for security services for the Health Department at a not to exceed amount of $594 for this effective from now on to the year.
The motion on the floor. May I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any discussion on the motion? May we have roll call for approval, please?
Member Green.
Yes.
Member Allen.
Yes.
Secretary Morgan.
Yes.
Vice President Dumas.
Yes.
President Suggs.
Yes.
Mr. President, the vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the contract for Mark International payable through December 31st, 2025, and a total amount of $594 has been approved.
Next, Mr. President, we have a contract with Oracle Elevator Holdco, which is doing business as Elevator Facility Services. First, I'm going to read into the record a memo which actually applies to this contract, and I think the next one as well, which is also for elevator maintenance services. So this memo is from our esteemed attorney Molina, and so here we go. The law department has reviewed the attached traction modernization contract with contractor for modernization of the elevator located at Gary City Hall, 401 Broadway. Pursuant to Indiana Code 36-1-12-9, if an emergency exists, the Board of Works may contract for public works projects without advertising bids if bids or quotes are invited from at least 2 persons known to deal in the public work required to be done. Without the use of an elevator, City Hall is currently not compliant with federal accessibility requirements. The lack of accessibility constitutes an emergency, as it prevents the city from holding public meetings at City Hall and has made access to departments difficult for citizens who need the use of an elevator to conduct public business. The emergency exacerbated by the age of the elevator and the lack of uniform signs with modern elevators, which makes it difficult to obtain parts. In this matter, the board sought bids on the proposed elevator modernization from 3 entities engaged in this business: Conane, All Types Elevator, and Elevated Facility Services. Accordingly, the board has followed the necessary requirements in choosing the contractor to complete this work. In selecting the contractor, the board has chosen the lowest, most responsive, and responsible bidder. The attached traction modernization contract, along with the addendum attached thereto, have been reviewed by the City of Gary Law Department. After review, the department advises that the contract is in proper legal form and is sufficient to adequately protect the interests of the City of Gary. And so with that, this contract for to fix the elevator at City Hall is for, I'm looking for the not to exceed amount. $273,000. $273,450. And with that, I move that we approve this contract to repair the elevator at City Hall for the amount stated.
There's a motion on the floor to approve the modernization of the elevator at City Hall. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Is there discussion for the motion?
Just that I think most people are aware of the ongoing problems we've had with the elevator, and it is imperative that we get it fixed as soon as we can. I know that certain members of this team have put a lot of work into identifying a qualified company that can get it done as economically as possible. And so with that, I hope that we can pass it today and get the work started on the elevator as soon as we can.
And I'd just like to add that this modernization of the elevator is actually more than just a Band-Aid, but an actually fix and renewal of our elevator system that will give us the lasting result that we deserve and should be legally required for access, reliability. Any other discussion?
Attorney Molina, did you want to add anything?
Oh, sure. Yes, there was by signing the contract, we'll owe 30% up front. And I know there was a concern, typically we're not allowed to prepay claims, but Gary City Ordinance Section 2-801 allows it in limited circumstances. Those include like prepayment of insurance premiums, license fees, payments to the U.S. government. But the one for our purposes is under Section 12, it allows expenses for emergency purposes or under emergency circumstance to be prepaid. So based on that and the emergency that exists, we are within the parameters of that ordinance and are able to make prepayment on this to get this get the party started, I guess, on the elevator. So that's all I had to add.
Thank you, Attorney Molina. Any additional discussion? No. May we have roll call for approval, please?
Member Green?
Yes.
Member Allen?
Yes.
Secretary Morgan?
Yes.
Vice President Dumas?
Yes.
President Sugg?
Yes.
Mr. President, the vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the modernization of the elevator has been approved.
Next, Mr. President, we have another elevator contract. It's with Conane Incorporated for maintenance. I'll kind of read some of the scope in here. Whereas the city desires to retain the services of a vendor duly qualified in the area of elevator repair and maintenance as described in this agreement. So the contractor agrees to provide elevator maintenance services for the following city-owned properties for the City of Gary Department of Health, which is at 1145 West Fifth Avenue, the Public Safety Building located at 555 Polk Street, the U.S. Steel Yard, which is the Railcat Stadium on Fifth Avenue, Marquette Park Recreation Center, which is, and then Hudson Campbell Fitness Center, which we're currently in on Massachusetts. So the term of the contract would commence October 31st, and I'll come back to the end of the term. But the compensation under this contract is for not to exceed amount of $26,888.52, which is going to come out to $2,240.71 per month. And these services are very much needed in order to avoid any catastrophic loss of our elevators. The term of this contract, I believe it's indefinite, but we can, oh, it is? Okay, fine. Thank you. So the term of the contract is for 1 year. With that, I move that we approve this contract with Kone Elevators Incorporated to maintain the elevators at the 5 listed locations.
There's a motion on the floor to approve the maintenance contract with Kone and the City of Gary. Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and properly second. Discussion on the motion?
Yeah, so question, I know you just did this QC40, was this out of that fund?
This is out of Public Works Facility Maintenance Fund.
And so I think that was the question, if, was it supposed to come out of, because this is for all maintenance, for all
Yes,
elevators?
all buildings.
Oh, okay, all right.
So if we need to pick, I mean, we can adjust it if we need to, right?
Well-
QC 40?
Well, facility maintenance is for all buildings.
Yeah,
That's understood, which is why it's from that fund.
okay. I think that's why I was asking, because I think you asked that question, but I believe that QC40 is already in. It's just pending the contract report.
I did it.
Okay. I'm talking about for the front desk.
Oh, that.
Yeah, it's just it's
I was
separate.
gonna try to find you some more money.
Well, what I'm saying though, is that the case because that one is sitting on Marco's in legal right now, finalizing, because that QC40 was already done by finance and is already attached to the pending contract. That's correct. That's what I was saying. It's already a pending QC40 for that, so I just don't want to.
For which one?
For the front desk. It's
That's
already-
fine, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I just didn't know if you needed more.
No. That's it.
Okay.
We already agreed on it not to see the amount with the contractor. It's not going.
Well, we looking at the chandelier. Look, I'm looking at the
Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha. Well, we can always add that. That's all the questions I have.
I wanted to clarify, did we include all the elevators? I thought we had one at public transit.
And we do, and I just noted that, I wanna say that they have a different vendor.
Correct.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think Suburban.
So yeah, they're using Suburban Elevator because that's who the elevator is so outdated. The company, kind of like with all types, finding someone who still does that work, while they work on collecting enough fund in the Metro Fund to do a modernization as well. So they know they're looking at a 2-year plan to do a modernization for that elevator.
With this being an annual contract, would it be worth our consideration to add that elevator just in case it goes down and that company leaves us hanging and we end up in this circle that we've been in?
I do. It's certainly worth looking at. I do know Kone, they want to, if they're managing it or maintaining it, then they have to be exclusive to that, and
Right.
that makes sense, right?
Right.
So we can look at that. I don't know where Suburban, if we want to bring them all under one umbrella, but I think Ellis, well, I know he's right in terms of their conditions are different
Yes.
over there, but if we want to pivot or if there's an opportunity to.
Not necessary. If we think we can just have that conversation with them that, we have a situation that's currently under contract, but if that goes down, we may look to reopen the contract for an additional. But that's just an one-off conversation. Any other discussion or questions? May we have roll call for approval, please?
Member Green.
Yes.
Member Allen.
Yes.
Secretary Morgan.
Yes.
Vice President Dumas.
Yes.
President Suggs.
Yes.
Mr. President, vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the maintenance contract with Kone and the City of Gary has been approved.
Mr. President, that concludes correspondence and agreements.
Thank you. Let's move on to item number 6, our unfinished business. Is there unfinished business to go before the board? Let's move on to item number 7, new business. Is there any new business to go before the board? I see that there is no one listed for public comment. Is there anyone in the room that would like to address the board? Hearing none, may I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for your attendance. Appreciate you being here and laughing at the national anthem.
We thought you were gonna sing.
I was getting ready to.
I started it, but then,